Hello and welcome to GoFormative Math Help number 36. There are 50 of these. I don't need to make a video for each one. If I skip one, it's because I already talked about it in another one. So if you feel like you're on, let's just say hypothetically you're on number 35 and you're like, wait, what? I don't know how to do order of operations. There's no video number 35. Probably because video 34 talks about all how to do that order of operation stuff, so you should be able to do that. So if you don't have a video on it and you want one, you could just tell me, hey, can you please make a video on this? And I will gladly do that. That would make my day. So especially as the year goes on, I will make more videos to prep you all for AGS1 and get you ready for next year. 100%. I promise to do that. So you'll have GoFormatives and other things to do and videos to go along with that. So please request it if you want to see it. Okay. This one is called Graphing a Linear Relationship. Let's get going. Tasha's cell phone plan has $20 startup fee and $15 per month. Complete the table below for the first 4 months and then graph the relationship. So let's make a table. Look at that table. It's a beautiful table. I think I have to do a pretty good, let's see, yeah. If my square shape is so bad, that just makes me laugh. Okay, how about this one? It's like a toaster? No? All right, you know what? I don't have the time to argue with your drawing a circle. This is my table, okay? Now, keep in mind, your table's right here, okay? I'm making that same one right here, okay? I'm not going to argue with the circle because I can't pretend draw a square. So, we're going to make that background come to life. Months. And cell phone bill. Okay, this one's in dollars. Dollar. Got it. All right. Cell phone plan has a $20 startup fee, and then it's $15 per month. So, at zero, what's it going to cost for the phone plan? No months have gone by. Doesn't it cost 20 bucks because it's a startup? Before you even get going. Hey, I haven't even used my cell phone yet. That's $20 startup. Okay, but after the next month, isn't it $15 more now per month? And then after the second month, isn't it $15 more now? And so on and so on. So we can graph this relationship because y equals 15x plus 20. How did I get that? The 20 is the startup. Where did 15 come from? 15 is what it grows by. So this is my slope, or this is my increase, and this is my starting place. So if I'm going to graph that, which I'm assuming they gave you a spot to graph it. What's the slope there? 15. What does the slope represent in the situation? The slope represents... My dog just barked. I don't know if you heard that, but she did. She definitely barked. The slope represents how much your phone bill is monthly. It's $15 per month. So that's what the slope represents. The graph, there's the graph. What a beautiful graph. I wish I had a graph. Paper, graph, boom. Okay, wish granted. Now, let's see. No shapes involved, just lines. All right. And maybe for the sake of this, I'll make my line way down here. All right. So I'm going to graph y equals 15x plus 20, which means I got to start at 20 and then go up 15. And for the sake of, numbers and paper and me not counting to 20, let's do, every two. Let's just do 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 14, 16, 18, 20. So I'm going to start right there. And then I'm going to go up 15 from there over 1. So 2 more, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. Halfway on that line. So this is 16. I want to go to 15, which is this mark. And then go over 1. Okay. And because I chose to count by 2s, this is a common graphing mistake. Students will count by 2s one way, but then when they go this way, they'll count by 1s. And I don't recommend that. So if you're going to count by 2s, count by 2s, which means my 1 is actually here. So when I go over at 15, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 15, halfway right there. I'm actually going there. That is what I'm doing. Okay. And I'm going to graph that. It's very steep. It's beautiful so far. Still beautiful. Okay. Arrows. How come arrows on the ends? Anybody know that? Arrows on the ends? Because lines go on forever and the arrows show that. Okay. That wasn't that much fun to do, but what's the hardest part of that? The hardest part is the spacing. That's it. You can count by 2s. You can count by 1s if you have enough space. Some of you are sitting at home, you don't have graph paper, so you got to make this yourself. It's kind of painful, right? So hopefully, if you have the space inside this graph, maybe you can go up by 5s. It's easier. Maybe if you're like, okay, 5, 10, 15, 20, start there, and then go up 5, 10, 15 over, just keep that in mind when if you're making each increment 5, just make sure if that's 5, make sure that's 5. So keep that in mind. All right. I think that was all you needed on that. What's the y-intercept? We got it. What does the y-intercept mean? What's it mean? Go back to the original problem. What was the y-intercept? What was the $20? It says what it is right there. And that's what that problem wants you to write down. What's the equation? I wrote that. If you need to see it again, pause it, go back. The situation represents a proportional relationship. You have to remember that proportional relationships go through the what? Origin. Here. If your line does not go through that spot, it is not proportional. And if we look back at what we just did, you can see the origin down here at the base. Nothing went through that. We went through 20. That's not proportional. Another easy way to find out if it's not proportional is the startup fee. The startup fee is $20. Automatically, it's not proportional. Automatically. Sit down. Sit. Yeah, okay. Automatically not proportional, startup fee. So keep that in mind. What's your cell phone plan? It's $50 a month. What was your startup fee? There wasn't any. Oh, there's no startup fee? It's just $50 a month? Great. Then that's proportional. You get into a taxi. Take me to Burgerville. Okay, it's 3 miles away. If the taxi charges you money to get in the taxi, like just to take the ride, it's $250 to take this ride, and then it's $150 per mile. not proportional. If there's some startup fee, okay, there's not proportional. You go to a gym membership and you're like, hey, how much is it to sign up? And they're like, hey, it's $80 to sign up, and then it's $40 a month. Not proportional, because the $80 startup fee. If you went to a gym and they just said, hey, it's $50 a month, no startup fee. Proportional. So keep that in mind when you're doing these. Thanks.